Today we're going to be repairing my Randall RD100 tube amp. First of all, on the bottom here, I blew two fuses. Alright, the fuses have been replaced. These two are 500 amp, 250 watt, by the way. So I need to replace the power tubes in this amp. I have two bad ones for sure, but I'm going to replace all four. This is the one that started it all, I believe, and that one as well. I believe these two are still okay, but we're gonna replace all four just to be safe. So to take these out, you just like pull up on these because they got springs, and then you just give them a little tiniest jiggle while pulling it up. Now I have to plug in all my bias probes into the sockets where the tubes go in. And these are used to be able to bias the voltage for the tubes. That way you don't mess them up. So yeah, now we moved on to the floor because my speaker cable isn't long enough to reach up onto the table. The tubes that we're going to be putting in are two amp doctors. The GC, they're 6L6 GC MSTRs. Matched pairs. Alright, so we've got the tubes in. We've got our multimeter here for measuring plate voltage. I have the ground clipped to the ground there. To measure the plate voltage, you want to take your red probe. Unfortunately, the reason why I'm doing this is, as you can see, there's nothing to clip onto here. It does not have a clip point, so I have to do this manually. Take the probe, do not touch anything, just the probe to pin 3. And then you can read, they're all sitting at about, I think it was 479. 470? Yeah, they're all sitting at about 470. Right when I turned them on, they were more at like 479, but now they came down a little bit, so yeah. Now we're gonna have to go do the calculation. Please be very careful when doing this. I had to set mine up vertically. Make sure you don't touch anything. Keep that other hand away from the amp, just far back as you can away. Get the probe in there, that's it. If you can clip on, preferably, obviously that's what you wanna do. Alright, so we got all the tubes in. We measured the plate voltage. Obviously that changes when you do the bias, so I've been going back and forth and checking, and it's been going between 475 to 490, but right now it's sitting at about 480. And with the calculations for these tube amps, I want to be sitting at about, I don't know, 60%, 65% bias percent. And that means I need about 36 to 39 milliamps between each one, and we are now sitting at that on all of them. That's my voltage meter turning off. So yeah, with these here, at least on my amp, this top one controls the inside too, and this bottom one right here controls the outside too. And adjusting these will affect the other ones as well, so you do need to be careful. At least from this position that I'm sitting right now, clockwise down, counterclockwise up. Alright, we're back up on the table, and the tubes have cooled down now, so we will remove these tubes and the probes as well. Let's make sure to lay them in the correct spot so that we put them back in correctly. Now we've got the probes off, and we've got the tubes in. I'm gonna dust this off a little bit more really quick, and then put the retainers back on. All the retainer clips have been put back on. Now to put her back inside the chassis. Once you get it back in, there's 4 screws on the bottom here next to the feet. If you're wondering why you can't get your amp out of your chassis, that is why. That's what holds them in. Here, same thing on the other side. Finally, we put this grate back on, and it's held in just by a few screws in the corner and up top. Alright, so we got it all set up. Everything's connected. And turn it on and give it a tone test now. So yeah, I'd say she's back to working normal. The highs on these tube amps are definitely a bit smoother, I noticed, than the rubies that came inside of it. One thing about this amp is it's really dull. If you don't crank that treble and presence all the way up, oh my god. It sounds like it's got a fucking, like a blanket over it, right? But once you crank those up, it livens right up. I know you guys are hearing with my cell phone microphone, so it's not gonna sound amazing, but you'll hear how it is in my recordings, and yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you later.